ahead. All right, guys. This is the strategy session, guys, that we're doing weekly, guys, to keep you motivated. Because, guys, the start of the week is Sunday, and you got to start this week off strong. We're going to close more deals than ever, make more sales than ever. Guys, just do everything 10x as usual, guys. That's how we do over here. But as always, the way we structure out this call is first, we talk about mindset, and the second portion of the call, we talk a little bit more about strategic material. So for this portion of the call, we're talking about abundance first with mindset. We love talking about God over here. And then, of course, for the actual portion, we're talking about client acquisition. I actually want to break down exactly how I am able to, how I position my life, how I position my content, how to position myself in general to just attract high ticket clients that are worth 5K a month plus. And also how I fulfill amazing services with my alpha team, because I have full confidence in my team. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to focus more so on actually making sales, making the company more money, knowing that my entire deliverable, my entire fulfillment in the back end is completely systematized, completely automated, just the way I like it. But as always, guys, let's talk about this mindset, okay? Let's definitely talk about some mindset, because we all know if you take any single course, if you literally take any single course, in the beginning of every single course, it always talks about mindset, all right? Because if you're not believing it up in here, it's not going to happen. So for starters in this mindset portion is I want to talk about God's promise to you. I want to talk about just conquering life. I remember Daniel in the Discord was talking about, I think it was just like 2 or 3 strategy sessions ago. He was like, yo, Blade, how do I just conquer the world? And I was like, bro, if you believe it, you can freaking do it. You can do anything that you believe in. Because God's will, well, your will is directly in correlation to God's will. So whatever you want to do, God also wants that. It's kind of like an adult with a kid. You want that kid to just be as happy as possible. You want that kid to have literally just about everything. And I was actually reading a fantastic book this morning that was recommended by my girl today, and it's called Conversations with God. You have it over here? Can you show me it? Yeah. Conversations with God, a beautiful, beautiful book. And I don't think he could have put it in any other better way than how he put it in this book. So, like I said, guys, highly, highly recommend this. But he was saying in one portion of this, so with the hard part of this book is, the last time we supposedly heard about God, him talking, was in the Bible, where realistically he talks to you every single day, but not through actual talk. He talks to you more through experience and feelings. Because a lot of times what things that we specifically say can just be misinterpreted. Somebody says one thing, it's kind of like the telephone system where you play a game of telephone, you say something to one person, another person says something completely different. It's kind of the same thing. So really what he's breaking down in here is that you can quite literally have anything that you ever wanted, anything you can possibly fathom, you can have. But it's really up to you to have it. And the correct way of getting that, receiving that abundance is to really believe first that you've had it. So you can't be out here wanting things. You can't be out here hoping to get something. You can't be out here kind of wanting. Yeah, you can't be out here just because wanting is a sign of lack, is a sign that you don't already have it. It's a sign that you don't have this thing that you want. So let's say in 5 years down the line, well, at the end of this year, I have a goal. I have a really great goal, in which case I'm going to make 10 millionaires. Notice the way I say that is I'm going to make 10 millionaires because I myself believe it. In fact, I know it's going to happen because I say it's going to happen. I have full confidence in myself and in God. I have full faith in myself and God. That's what you got to say, actually. And the way it works is that anything that you believe that you should have, anything at all, quite literally conquering the world, all you need to do is really just thank God for it. You got to show appreciation for it. So when you're masterminding with friends, when you are writing down goals for the new year, when you're praying, we're just thinking about the future pacing yourself, you got to be thinking in the way that you already have it. You gotta have a clear picture of what exactly you're going to have in the future. A yacht, 10 chicks massaging you, give me a nice massage, beautiful Lambo, whatever you might want to have, you need to come into it with the understanding that you already have it, that God already put the place in the steps in the steps into place that you're going to get this. You can't be wanting things because that shows a sign of lack. You need to have that positive mindset that you're already going to get it, and have the faith to understand that you're going to get it, that you're going to receive it. Of course, through that, God is going to give you all these opportunities. You're going to receive plenty of opportunities to be able to go there. And it's not like you necessarily make a right or a wrong move. It's more so what kind of gets you closer to your goal faster in retrospect. Whereas if you make a wrong move, it kind of takes you back. If it takes a right move, kind of takes you forward. But it's really up to you to make those right moves based upon what you think is right. Because the more that you believe this thing is right, that's the clearest form of you. That's like those feelings that you get on where to take your business, those feelings that you get on who you should hire, those feelings that you should get on if I should make this deal or this guy seems a little slimy, if I should work with this person or should not work with this person. All those feelings that you're getting on there, that's honestly, bro, that's God right there talking to you. He says, no other, well, God's not going to tell you, like, do not do this. Don't do that. He's not going to physically tell you that. I mean, sometimes he does. He absolutely does. But that oftentimes can be misinterpreted. The true feeling that God gives you is probably that gut feeling, that soul feeling that if you're in an interview with people that you're hiring as appointment setters, right, I'm doing right now, I'm always trying to grow my team. I quite literally like, all right, this person just came to me. I got 3 people over here that I'm debating about. 2 of them are single moms. Another one is a dude that I'm thinking about giving the chance about it. And I get this feeling that I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do with him, but I make these mistakes, and I shouldn't call them mistakes, but setbacks, where I do hire that dude. And then the first thing that he says, like, I need a deposit for sure. Nobody else asked for that. Come on, you came to me. What I'm trying to say is that, you make these decisions from feelings, from mind, from emotion, from thinking about it. Oftentimes the right decision is that person that comes to you. That first decision that comes to you is oftentimes the right decision. But what happens is your mind then makes judgments based upon the feeling if it's right or wrong, kind of overthinking it. And a lot of times that's like oftentimes what you should do is just go with what your gut says, with what your soul says. That is God literally talking to you through feeling. So if you, for example, I got this one guy over here. I'm not gonna say any names, of course. But I'm working with this one client, in which case we're running Facebook ads with him. We're running a CRM over here, and he likes to spend money with certain things, but doesn't like spending money on other things. For example, he likes spending thousands of dollars worth of Facebook ads, but he's so pissed off whenever we send him an invoice for actually handling the back end CRM stuff. And he's working with one guy who's kind of like the show of it, another guy is kind of like the back end guy. And what ends up happening is that back end guy, his he kind of gets clouded in judgments, I can tell. And his ego kind of gets in the lines. I'm showing him how to do these things, and he just fights me straight through the entire time. And now it comes to my mind where, okay, really, do I see myself 5 years down the line building these $1 million corporations with my team and still having to argue with this guy that's penny pinching me with this little CRM thing? Most of the work is literally in the CRM, just making the optimization that he wants us to do. So that's where I should probably charge him the most. But instead, he's penny pinching me in everything that I do with that. Now, why am I keeping this client here? Why am I not just being like, yo, fuck off, go somewhere else? Because in my soul, I'm telling myself that I should probably just fucking just drop this guy, not deal with the headache, because that's better time we're spent getting more clients. But in the back end of my mind, I'm overthinking this. I'm overthinking like, yeah, you don't have abundance over here. You're not gonna be able to get more clients. You might be overthinking like, yo, come on, it's an easy grand or two that you make it every single month. Come on, I don't want to drop that. But in reality, my soul is believing like, yo, just fucking drop this dude, lose his headache, and instead of spending an hour a day on this dude, spend an hour a day on getting 10K clients. Fuck that 2K little shit over there that you were stressing so much about. Let's worry about those bigger jobs, those 10, 20, 30K clients. And in reality, my soul is right. My soul is completely right on the dot that I should be focusing more on the bigger fish rather than have my mind overthinking and thinking with lack, and that I should be worrying about these little small guys over here, that are being cheap. I got another client over here that I've been working with for about I've been working with this guy for about a month now. Kind of just started him up, and we're building up his funnel right now. But this guy is kind of the same exact way. It's his guy is starting to really get on our nerves. This is about the third funnel that we give him. Or we designed him. We offer a free funnel with the package that we gave him, and it's about the third one. It's not even the actual product that it is, and he's just so switching around the offer 3 different times, saying that it's our funnel. In reality, he's completely changing around the funnel. But why am I keeping this guy on? Why am I doing that? It's because my mind is thinking with lack. In reality, bro, who cares what it is? Whatever it is, as a grand a month client, who cares what it is? I can be focusing less on stress, more so on those bigger fish over there. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're doing this, we need to be able to think with abundance. We need to have our minds constantly stuck with abundance that we can pretty much do anything, because you quite literally can't do anything in this world, okay? Your soul will point you in the right direction. I get so many times people coming up to me, yo, Blade, how do I get my first clients? And I'm like, yo, literally, how do you think you get your first clients? And then they're like, oh, I'm actually probably going to Instagram, start posting some value stuff, start doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm, bro, you just told me exactly what you got to do. Why aren't you doing it? It's like, I don't know. I'm waiting for someone's approval, pretty much, is usually what they respond is. But they never say that exactly, but it's usually what it is. I'm waiting for somebody to approve. I'm waiting for somebody to do it for free for me. I'm waiting for somebody to kind of, I don't know, whatever it is, to give me the exact formula. But you can't possibly do it. No one's going to do it for you. The only person that's going to do it is yourself. And the only thing that's kind of stopping him from actually taking the first step is fear. Is fear alone. And in Conversations with God, the book that I'm reading explains it really, really well. In which case, the only two emotions are that of love and of fear. Happiness
Yep. What book is that?
can be summed up with love. Anger, depression, all that stuff can be answered with fear. And things that really just hold you back is that fear, that lack, that feeling of like self-belief that you can't do things that are directly against God. God is love. God wants you to have everything. God wants you to have $1 million business. What do you want? What do you guys fucking want? God wants you to have that. It's only yourself that kind of psychs yourself out, that when your soul is thinking this way, you're kind of overthinking, thinking about all the things that can possibly go wrong, and then you kind of hesitate. But guys, let me ask you this, guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that you deserve to have everything in life? Let me tell you guys, like literally, do you guys think that you deserve to have everything that you ever fucking wanted? Because that's so freaking true, guys. Everything that you can have, everything that you can possibly fathom, you deserve to have it. Anybody that tells you that you can't, fuck those people, guys. Fuck those people. Oh, I got a question from the audience over here. What is it over here?
So would you say that when you're saying to listen to your soul, would you say that those are your true feelings, like what you really feel? Because you say that you can think otherwise when you're thinking in your soul, I want to do this, but you're doing other things. Would you say your soul is what gives off true feelings?
Would you say that your soul gives off true feelings? Yeah, I would say that your soul gives off your truest form, your truest communication with God. And I would say that with what your soul says towards something, you know, I want to say it's every single time your soul is correct, because your goal thinks with either love or with fear. You know, your soul comes up like, yo, you have these two decisions over here to make. One can make you thousands of dollars, one can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the hundreds of thousands of dollar one kind of seems a little slimy, a little sketchy. It's kind of thinking with fear, well, that's wrong. But the other one, it might get you slower there. Your soul thinks it's right with that's what you should do. And I believe that your soul is kind of your direct communication with God, telling you what move, or kind of trying to help you along on the journey and what move you should really make. I hope that answers your question right there. Cool, cool, guys. Guys, conversations with God over here, guys, is amazing. All right. It truly, truly shows you some things. A lot of people a lot of people might be closed-minded. A lot of people might be closed-minded, might not think that you should believe certain ways that you could talk to God. A lot of people have believed that you had to talk to a saint, or you had to talk to a priest in order to be able to receive the blessings or even talk to God. That's truly not the case. God talks to you every single day and every single thing that you do. So if you're making these moves in your business, I mean, yeah, I always talk about business here, but we love talking about money here, but it's really in everything else as well too. You know, in terms of fitness as well. You know, listen to your soul. Listen to what God's telling you. In terms of making these different money moves, guys, listen to what God's telling you. Don't let fear stop you from doing what you believe in yourself to do. You know, today it's all about balance. That's right, exactly. Today I knew. Today I've been putting off these emails for myself. I've been putting off these emails for quite a bit now. I always try to make sure I send out emails every single week, at least 3 to 4 times a week, guys. And this is repetitive shit, guys. It's very repetitive. You know, you got to think. You actually have to do things. You know, I know we got to do it because it makes me more money, but why aren't we not doing it? Because fear is leading to procrastination. Procrastination is just stopping me from doing it. Finally, I knocked it out today, which I'm so grateful for. You know, and I know that's making me money as always. But it's a fear that kind of starts to cause you to procrastinate and not really to do those things that you want to do. But yeah, guys, I hope that preaching over there is enough for Mindset Sunday over there, guys. Getting you guys all warmed up. Because what I really want to talk about today as well, too, is really how I position myself to attract higher ticket clients, those 5K a month clients. And I know we really want to talk about offer. And an offer is so right. That's where we got to start. Because ultimately, guys, if people don't want to buy your shit, they're not gonna fucking buy it. That's how it goes. If your offer doesn't convert organically, how can you possibly expect to scale those ads? You know, I was talking to another guy today, actually, it might have been yesterday, and he was saying once again, yo, Blade, how do I get clients? What are you doing to get a client? I'm like, I do a little bit here and there. What do you really do? How do you get clients? He's like, I don't know, but I got these guys asking me for $1,000 to hire some appointment setters. And I'm like, okay, do you think it's a good investment? He's like, I don't know, I kind of want to seek your advice. Well, I was like, all right, well, have you sold your product or service online? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, when you post it on Facebook groups, when you post it on Discord, you post it on Instagram, when you create content about it, does it seem like people are willing to buy it from you? He's like, no. And I was like, bro, how do you possibly expect your appointment setters to sell that if you're not selling it yourself? And a lot of times, sometimes people can kind of get caught up on that where they think they can kind of just throw money at things. But that's not really the case, you know. For me to have a successful appointment setting team, I need to ensure that I was able to sell my stuff as well. So prior to even really starting making the moves of scaling in terms of hiring appointment setters or running some ads or doing mass email campaigns, before even all that, you know, all that marketing stuff, ultimately marketing, honestly, is just really just resource allocation in terms of time and money, sending it out to email marketing, to ads, to content, whatever. It's really just resource allocation. What I'm trying to do is that even before I started scaling it up with appointment setting with ads, I really had to hone in that offer. I had to really hone in and figure out what people want to buy, because there is something that keeps people from buying a brand new iPhone every single fucking year, even though they have the last one from last year. There's something that keeps us buying a brand new Mac, buying all these stuff. You know, people buy with emotions, and if they aren't emotionally, if they don't like your product, they're not going to buy it. So the first things first, really figuring out your offer is you kind of have to answer 2 questions to really have a successful product or service. You know, first one, does it solve a problem? You know, does it solve a problem? But oftentimes, and I'll get about this in a second, but oftentimes people don't always buy what they know is a solution because they buy off of emotion. But in order to be able to keep those clients, you need to make sure that your shit does solve a problem. Because if it's not fucking solving a problem, they're not gonna keep on buying from you. And we want to make generational wealth here, so we do want to keep our clients. So first things first is, does it solve a problem in order to make sure that they stay here? Second is, will they buy it? Will they buy? And the best way to get people to buy is to get strike emotion, you know, like I said before, love or fear. So quite literally, you can go 2 angles with this, with love, and you can go with fear. Fear as in terms of, what are you missing out? You know, hire an AI virtual assistant, you're gonna save $30,000 every single year on just virtual assistants alone. By moving from a virtual assistant to a hybrid version of that, you're gonna save 30K, saving money. Oftentimes showing what it costs. Love is, I'm gonna save you time. I'm gonna make you money. Direct correlations to that. So you're really gonna take into account both of these. The problem that you're solving, and then the emotions behind it as well. People always say really to get to know your avatar, get to know your target market, and it's completely right. For example, when I first started my agency, I was with credit repairs. I love credit. I love being able to leverage credit and just buy crazy shit, buy crazy assets. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to help credit repair companies, knowing they would teach me about credit repair and help them scale their businesses. So that's why I made my specific niche when I first started. And I always recommend to make sure you niche down, okay? Make sure you niche down for starters so that you can kind of figure out a system that works so that you can scale up that system a lot easier. Because whereas if you're working on multiple different niches, credit repair, contracting, healthcare, dentist, whatever, X, Y, and Z, you have to figure out the solution to all these different things. And you're gonna be thinking about all these different avatars that you're gonna have to think about problems and the emotional buying intent behind every single one of them. So for example, with credit repair, first thing is first, how do I get these 5K a month clients? First things first, I figured out what the fuck are these guys paying for? What the fuck were these guys willing to pay for? And the first thing that I realized is that these guys want just predictability and streamlinability. I don't know if those two words, that second one, streamlinability, I don't think that's a word, but I'm going with it anyway. First thing I figured out is that when people come into credit repair, what they want to do is they just want a system. They want a system that just works, that they can just focus more so on just sales. Because a lot of people that are CEOs in credit repair are kind of like me. They want the entire back end kind of just fucking handle for them, so you don't have to do shit. So that they can just really just worry about the actual money that's coming in. So first things first that my credit repair guys wanted, they wanted some sort of streamlined back-end operation. So Blake, what the fuck do I do? What I do? And that is kind of offer creation, right? So we're talking about the offer. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna hook up with the CRM to be able to handle the sales, to help them out with the back-end sales. But what also needs is help handling the actual deliverables, the disputes. So what I do is I get some more VAs over here, okay? I got a couple of VAs and no credit repair that can help them handle the disputes. You got the CRM, you got the VA. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help them handle all those inbound support tickets, all that inbound messaging, communication, all the X, Y, and Z. Anything that has to do with communication that the client doesn't want to do, boom, we're gonna have AI manage that, guys. And that's just as simple as an AI chatbot. So we got the CRM, we got the VA, we got the AI. Great, now we need to make sure we gotta attract clients over to you. So what I realized, first things first, is I realized every single person that wants to run credit, that does credit repair, the first thing that comes to their mind is Facebook ads. I don't know why, but the first thing that they think of to get more clients is always Facebook ads. And the way I really figured that out, and how you can figure that out as well too, is just by quite literally creating a shit ton of fucking content out there about multiple different subjects, and whatever does the best, what do you think you're gonna make more content on? You put up 10 videos. Video 1 does significantly 10x time better than everything else. Video 1, whatever, gets 10 times the amount of comments as everybody else, gets 10 times the amount of views. Guess what? People are interested in, they're interested on that video. So yeah, you can do this. You can figure out your offer for free, or you can figure out your offer a paid wise, whereas free would take more time, but it will be free. Whereas a paid wise will be a lot quicker because you can just run multiple different offers at like 50 to 100 bucks a day and really just figure out the offer really quick. But kind of depends on where you're at. So like I said, back to it, Facebook ads over here. Okay, and then what I realized too with these people that are coming from credit repair is that they did not have a merchant account, and because Stripe was all rejecting them, PayPal was all rejecting all these credit repair companies. Nobody wants to work with a credit repair company. No. So what I did is I made sure I got a hookup for a merchant account. All right, MA. Cool. So we got the traffic, we got the AI, the virtual systems, the CRM, the ad, the merchant account. Setting it up with Zapier integration, all these other things. You can quite literally create a package around that to around 5K a month. In terms of ads, ads a minimum of $1,000 to set up, and everything else, minimum of $1,000 plus a percentage of ad spend. I usually do around 20-30%. But you can crank this up to around 5K a month, and people are willing to spend that. Let me tell you why. Because if they are making already 50K a month, if they're already making 50K a month and they want to go to 100K a month and they're not running ads, I guarantee you ads are going to be the best way to scale them up to there. All right. And it works. Ads work every single time as long as they have a good social media backing and have good content in the background. Because if you don't have social proof, it's not really going to sell. So this package over here, you can value stack on this, obviously kind of break it down a little bit further so people really see a lot of volume in terms of value stacking. But I was able to kind of create this offer around credit repair in terms of what people really need to then sell. But now you're probably wondering, but Blade, right? Cool, you got a freaking offer over here, and it was kind of obvious how to create it because you just tested multiple different shit out and find out what kind of just performs the best. But after kind of creating that offer, Blade, now we gotta fucking sell that shit, right? Because if you have this offer but it's not selling, you know, it's not really money. You can't really count your chickens before they hatch. So step 2 is now you gotta start selling that shit. What did I do to sell that? So now in the very beginning, and this is just a mistake that I learned, is that, you know, I don't want to compete with pricing. That's the one thing that you really don't want to compete on. Because if you're competing with price, if you're trying to lower your price, you're gonna get cheap clients. And when you get cheap clients, you're gonna have just fucking headaches. Let me tell you guys that, all right? If you get anything on this video, is not to deal with cheap clients. It's gonna be a headache, it's not gonna be worth it. So when you are going for these clients, obviously, who you're gonna think you have a 5K offer, 5K a month offer. Are you gonna sell that to a guy that's making only 10K a month? That's half his income right there. No, that doesn't make any sense. You gotta go at least 50K a month and up. So then how are we gonna specifically make sure we target those people that are 50K a month and up? So now this is where we go into that offer. I mean, into that avatar. So we have this offer and everything that we're offering, you know, we want to offer that we can just provide exceptional results on because we got that back end team to handle all the funnel designs, the automations. We got the ad manager that can handle the ads. You got the AI guy to handle the chatbots. All right, that kind of just comes with just strategic partnerships. But over here is now how we're gonna bring these clients in. Blade, how the fuck do you do it? Let me tell you guys, because I'm so glad I'm here to tell you guys. All right, so what I did is I wanted to attract clients. I don't want to chase clients. Because chasing clients, it sounds desperate. It kind of sounds like a chick. You know, when you're dealing with chicks, the last thing that you want to do is you want to chase that chick. Because as soon as you start chasing that chick, you sound desperate and that chick's gonna fuck off. Okay. What you want to do is you want to attract chicks. You want to sound maybe mysterious, show a little value out there. You know, you really do, right? You don't want to come off as desperate to that chick. You want to make strategic moves. So in terms of getting clients, I want to only deal with 10s. My chicks are all bad as fuck, so they're gonna be 10s. I'm gonna deal with 10s only, guys. All right. So I'm gonna deal with businesses the same way I deal with my chicks over here. I'm only gonna get those 10 out of 10 businesses. All right. I don't want no small shit where it's 10K a month and below, because I already know those guys are gonna be so hard to close. You know, a dude that's making 10K a month, and I want to cut off half of his income. No way he's gonna fucking do that. So I want to make sure I'm only working with the baddies only. All right, we work with baddies only out here. So over here, 50K a month. Like, how the fuck am I gonna do that? So I want to create this avatar over here. In which case, it's a person, guy or girl, and I really want to get very, very in detail on how that guy's lifestyle is like. So an average credit repair business owner that's making 50K a month, I'm gonna tell you, most likely or not, he's living in Florida or in Cali. All right, that's just a fucking fact. Actually, and New York too. All right, I do work with my guys in New York. Florida, Cali, or New York. That's just a fact, my guys. All right. And another fact too is a lot of them are black, are Spanish, that they speak kind of hood. They're not very professionals, not doctors out here. They speak hood. All right. So a lot of these guys that say they started from the hood, right? It's a fact. All right. Next thing is these guys most likely have more than 2 houses and most likely have more than 2 cars. So 2 plus houses. Trying to draw a little house over here and cars. Boom. All right. And not only do these guys do credit repair, but usually with these guys we're dealing with is credit repair is just a second means of getting income. Most of these people that deal in credit repair were either real estate agents, mortgage brokers, exotic car rental companies, solar, all these different things that they incorporated credit repair because they realized people weren't able to get the car of their dreams. These people weren't able to get approved for this mortgage. These people weren't able to start out their exotic car rental company. They weren't able to acquire new passive income producing assets. So what they decided to do is start up a credit repair company so that when they do fix up the credit, they're able to send them back to their business. All right. So usually credit repair is a second income, which would explain why they want credit repair completely streamlined. So all they do is handle sales and the back end team is completely just handled by some other freaking alpha team. So like I said, credit repair is usually some sort of second income. And then the next thing, for they're making over 50K a month, we talked about that already, but I want to say they are very, very, I wouldn't want to say reliant, but most of their clients come from social media. Whatever. Most of their clients come from social media, meaning that they have a nice Instagram, they probably have a LinkedIn, they might have a YouTube or a TikTok. But most of them, I want to say around 99% of the people that credit repair have a nice Instagram that has at least 20K followers plus. So we have criteria 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 50K, Florida, Cali, New York. They're hood. They have 2 cars and 2 houses. Credit repair is a second source of income, and they have a sexy social media. So now we're dealing with pretty much crafting this ideal avatar that we're gonna attack so that we attract clients to us. There's a couple ways of doing this. All right. I don't know. I always say that. I always follow up with all right. Gotta stop doing that. All right. All right. So the way I do this is I can do this a couple of ways. My first secret sauce out here, my first alpha over here is LinkedIn. And now in LinkedIn, you can search by 2 ways. What's it called? I think one is called client. There's like on the top, if you use Sales Navigator, it's called client. I think this one's called client, and the other one's called account. In which case you can search by this, or you can search by, maybe this is called lead. I forgot what this was called. I don't really use that one. I use account. And because this one over here, you can't search by company revenue. Under account, you guys will look at it yourself. Just look at it. You can search based upon how much money that company is making. So of course, guys, I'm making sure that my clients are making on the Sales Navigator. I got that filter on, so that's only 0.5 mil / year through 500 mil. Because I find that most of my clients are about that under 20. My favorite clients are in between that mil to 20 mil a year. Those are my favorite type of clients because they're just like, Blade, I know you're the expert, just fucking do it. Here's my money. Those are my favorite type of clients. Those clients that you can close in 20 minutes because they probably saw one of your videos. It was an hour long. They're like, fuck this. I skipped to the ad. This guy has some amazing results. Fuck it. You just call him up and just take my money because I know he works. Those are my favorite type of clients. All right, cool. So I use LinkedIn to search up those people. Now I generate a list of my top 100 people that I want to work with. That, and I don't want to say wanna because that's a sign of lack, that I will work with. A list of 100. I mean, there's plenty of other ways of doing this, but I try to make a list of 100 people. And out of that list of 100 people, what I then do is I find their IG, I find their Facebook, I find YouTube, I find all the social media platforms, and I reach out to them. In school, guys, if in school we were taught to write a resume and send out that resume. But let me be the alpha to tell you that that's not the right answer. If you truly want something, just fucking go get it. Why are you writing a resume and giving it to them and hoping for the best, hoping that resume doesn't get lost with everybody else? Let me tell you, these guys that are making 0.5 mil plus a year, that are making a milli every year plus, that are making millions of dollars every single month, you better believe these guys got a fucking fat stack of resumes. So we need to make sure that in order for us to really just get at least notice of this fucking dude, we need to do something different. We can't just be sending out one email hoping for the best. We can't be handing our resume and hoping for the best. That's not how we work here. What we want to do is want to make sure we reach out to these people on every single freaking social media platform that they have. I love LinkedIn because it shows, if they have a company of 1 million plus a year, it's gonna have multiple different people underneath it. And I love that, freaking love that. Let's say that you have this one corporation, ABC Credit Repair. It's gonna show you, you're gonna have a CMO, a CEO, COO, CMO, marketing manager, X, Y, and Z, all these different people underneath this company that kind of just creates that creates the actual company. We're gonna have like probably 10 people under there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna reach out to every single fucking one. Doesn't matter if you think that it's just some freaking eye candy front desk worker that's a hot blonde. Who cares? Reach out to them as well too. Reach out to every single one. All right. You need to make sure Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. Think about it. These are dream clients. These guys are clients that are making 1 million a year plus. They're making 1 million a year plus. What is 5K to them? Nothing. 5K for them is a drop in the bucket. You don't see how easy that close would be? 10K with them is nothing. A 10K retainer with them is an easy close. Okay? That's a drop. If you actually have something that will solve their problem, it's an easy close. Cool. So, how to reach out with these guys? You contact them and everything. Emails, text messages, voicemail drops, commenting on their posts, sliding up in their stories, getting in the DMs, making sure you get in the DMs of every single one, pretty much, of every single one in the business. And then what I do is these are my two main go-tos. My main go-tos is, let's say I have this list of 100 different companies I want to work with. 100 companies. What I do with these companies is first I set out 3 to 4, I usually use 4-step email campaign. So 100 companies over here, email 1 over here, email 2, 3, and 4 over here. And then let's say that they click any single one of these emails. They say that they click any single one of these emails. That shows they're at least somewhat interested. So if they click on the emails, you better believe I'm blowing them the fuck up. All right. Every single way, all my virtual assistants, my emails, text messages, voicemail drops, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, comments, posting, If somebody shows interest in my shit, you better believe they're getting hit through every single social media platform imaginable. Comments and all their shit. I'm writing reviews on their Google My Business. I'm writing reviews on their Facebook. I'm swiping up on the stories. And as well too, is my favorite thing is, so when they click on here, I always try to make sure I follow them as well. I always try to make sure I follow them. And when I do my research on like the CEO, I try to find, like, usually you can figure this on the Instagram, is usually you can figure out based upon their Instagram and their website, there's one thing that's kind of like holding them back. It might be a better back-end CRM system. It might be VAs that can handle the disputes a lot quicker for them. It might be being able to bring referrals back, or an automated way to bring more referrals and testimonials to him. It might be whatever. You can usually find that out, these little secrets, on their website or their social media platforms, or just by that initial discovery call. But we're not getting into that yet. But it's always great to have these little secrets. For example, maybe you go on the website, you use the Chrome extension, the Facebook Pixel Helper, you notice the pixel's not even on the website. Another example might be, you look at the content going on, and then they have 20,000 followers, but they're only getting 5 or 10 comments per post. They're not getting the engagement that they like, but you realize that they're not posting on stories. Maybe you opt into the newsletter and you realize that they're not even sending any emails, or maybe you go onto the website and you realize a button's broken. Whatever it might be, keep those in your notes for that when you actually hop on a call with them. As well too, those CEOs, when you do hop on a call with them, you want to know everything about them. I recently hopped on a call with a guy, of course I'm not gonna use names. Call him Alex, for example. I feel like it's gonna be easy for me. Call him Alex. I was on a call with Alex And I realized that he was all right. I was on the call with Alex, and he has his agency that was blowing up. He works with a bunch of influencers to be able to push his shit. And within the first one or 2 months, he was expecting to bring around another 100 or 200 clients every single month. Because he's working with what you call it, chain company. I think it's called chain companies. Yeah, he's working with chain companies. In which case, it's like McDonald's, where they have multiple different McDonald's. I signed a couple of NDAs, so I can't really talk too much about it. But this guy was crushing it. He's onboarding another 100 clients every single month. Now, his main thing that he really needed help with, that he needed me for, was to be able to bring down the onboarding time from an hour down to 45 minutes. That was his biggest pain point. And within that discovery call, I really figured that out. Because how do I figure that out? With those two emotions, love and fear, I don't want to say exploit that, but I was able to ask him kind of strategic questions on what is it costing you? What do you need most? How can I just provide the most amount of money possible? And I figured out that his main thing is that he wanted to bring that onboarding call from an hour to 45 minutes. So my entire proposal was completely based upon that. Obviously I had a bunch of different other things I kind of just value stacked on top of that. But that was a nice contract over there. But because I listened, the small little detail over here that was really costing him a lot in the long scale of things, because I listened to that, I understand how to really sell him. Of these people that we're dealing with, these people that are making millions of dollars every single, which we'll call it every single year, they're not necessarily looking at smaller things. They're not necessarily looking at cheapest prices. They're not necessarily looking at what exactly you kind of deliver. They're most likely looking for trust. They're looking for like time savers, looking for, can you provide? They're not looking a week down the year of spending $1,000 on you. They're not looking at a month down the line. They're looking at quarterly profits. They're looking at yearly shit. So to deal with these guys too, manners make it man. You gotta act like they do. You gotta act as they do. Kind of bring it back to the mindset portion where you gotta act as if you already have these $1 million clients. You gotta act as a $1 million client generator yourself. You have to think the way that they think. First, before you even hop into the call, you gotta understand that person. You gotta look through his Facebook profile, look at his Instagram, look at what he's posting. You saw he was a yacht the other day. Yo, bring up that freaking yacht. You saw that he's smoking H. Upmans. Be like, yo, bro, H. Upmans are my favorite fucking cigar, guy. I'm so glad we have this in correlation, bro. Next time I see you, I'm gonna buy you a beer and an H. Upman, all right? But all these small little details make the biggest difference. And it's something I actually learned from watching one of Rockefeller's documentaries, is to really also have good notes. Like I said, guys, these guys that are running $1 million corporations, they don't give a fuck about money. They don't. They really don't. They give a fuck about trust. They don't invest into companies. They invest into you. And these people, they don't. They won't waste their time on someone that they don't trust. So if you're not able to have a nice, confident human talk, because after all, we're all humans anyway, with these people, where you can kind of just laugh in a conversation, they're not going to really use your service. So one of my biggest freaking things that I've learned with dealing with these people is that you need to speak to these people as if you're already on their level. You need to speak to people where it's just another chill Friday night with you. It's another chill night with the boys, but really you're over a Zoom call negotiating a $10,000 a month, $100,000 a year contract. You need to be able to talk to these people as if they're your friends, as if they're friendlies. You need to be able to make these guys laugh. Like I said, they're buying you. They're not really buying your company. They're investing in you first. So the more natural you can have the conversation, the more confident you can sound in that conversation, the more money you're gonna make. Really, the more money you're really gonna make. So in terms of that, guys, when you're handling these $1 million corporations, these guys, these executives, first of all, time is money for them. In the very beginning of this call, I always try to make them laugh, right? I have these little quirks that I say in the very beginning of a call that I try to make them laugh. Because if you got to laugh with them, it automatically breaks down the ice and it allows them to trust you a lot more. So one of my all-time favorite secrets is two things, actually. One of my two favorite secrets is first, actually, how should I write this? My first two secrets I use to talk to these millionaires is first is to I say I always get off like, yo, how's your day? And I'm like, yo, even better now I'm talking to you. That usually gets them to laugh. And my second one is, and it sounds a little crazy, how can I get this person to curse? Now, this might sound actually insane. This might sound crazy. It's not in an angry way, but I find that you have better conversations with people when they're natural to you, when they're fucking cursing. Dudes feel more natural when they're able to speak the way that they want to speak. They would trust you with a lot more money when they can trust you with communication, when they can trust you with feelings, with their spirit. When their spirit can trust you, you can get them to spend a lot more money with you. So what I usually try to do is during this conversation that we're maybe in the very beginning, we kind of just talk some banter, breaking down the barrier a little bit. I may say something like shit, or I start off usually with shit because it's not too much of a curse word, and I really break the barrier. But if I say something about like shit, I had this amazing day. I did a whole bunch of shit. I'm living in Puerto Rico. It's the shit over here. Whatever it might be, I throw a little curse around there, kind of test the waters a bit. And if I realize that they respond back with more cursing, they say like, yeah, I had the best fucking day in the gym today. I know this guy's a boy over here. I'm gonna close this guy. It's about to be a fucking amazing business relationship. But when I deal with people that don't seem like themselves, then they don't laugh at corny jokes. When they don't curse, usually they don't feel like themselves. I can immediately get the feeling that this guy is not a player at all, that this guy is not about the business, that this guy is not going to make a move today. And those people I don't want to deal with. All right. I only want to deal with decision makers. I only want to deal with players. I only want to deal with people that make moves. And immediately within the first 5 or 10 minutes of the call, I already know. Literally based upon those two little rules over there, make him laugh and make him curse. All right. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. All right. So now I'm actually talking with these people. Blade, how do you get these guys to close? Another amazing question. I'm so glad I asked it. Wow. No, Blade, how the fuck do I get these guys to close? You get these guys to close by being straight to the freaking point. Usually at the very beginning of the conversation, I'm like, yo, listen, I'm about to show you exactly how you can scale your business as if it was my own without stress of a sales call. If we don't find that we can make money together, we just go our separate ways. I try to explain that in the very beginning of the call, so I kind of set the tensions in there. What usually the intentions are like, hey, buy my share or let's just fuck off together. So I usually try to say that in the very beginning of the call, and usually calls go a lot better when I do that. Show the intention at the very beginning of the call. And throughout the call, I asked them these questions, very strategic questions. Obviously all your pre-qualification questions are gonna be a little different, but of course, as always, I try to strike up emotion. I always try to strike up emotion. I always try to figure out what's holding them back from making more money. And it's usually like, yo, I need I need more traffic. I need better operations at the back end. I need to find a way to save money. I need to find a way to make money. I need to find a way to make more time for myself. It's usually in the category, there's 3 things. I need to save money. I need to save time, or I need to make more money. Those are usually those 3 different rules that they want, and rarely it is if you're dealing with millionaires, in which case I need them to save money. It really is that they don't care about that. So now that you guys kind of have these questions on what they need to solve and they kind of match into your solution, because realistically, why are you going to hop on a call with somebody where you don't really think that you can solve the problem already? That's just basic, make sure you do your research prior to that. I always try to I usually try to end that call to transition them into a quick little presentation. And my presentation I made a new one. I'll share right over here. But my presentation, guys, is nothing too big. It's crazy to think that I'm closing these 5-10K deals off a 4-page presentation. Because people don't have time to watch your 20-30 minute fucking presentation. Ain't nobody got time for that, especially a millionaire. Nobody got time for that. Let me let this load up really quick because I want to show you guys this. My presentation is quite simple. see. I'm gonna go. My presentation is very, very freaking simple, guys. It's literally 4 or 5 freaking pages. All right. If somebody is willing to spend all this money on you, spend 10K on you, and they already kind of know, to be honest. If they know that you have the solution and you can kind of put that off in the very beginning really, really quick, they're gonna spend the money on you. And this is how I do it. Let me pop this up real quick. This is quite literally my presentation right here. Super simple. Simple usually works the best. Usually makes the most amount of money. Cool. I think I'm sharing the screen right now. Let me double check. Cool, sharing the screen. Beautiful. AI appointment client acquisition system. And I don't read this, by the way. I did not read this. These kind of just bullet points to make sure I stay on topic. But bro, I'm like, yo, listen, man, you're doing 50, 100K a month in revenue, and you need to streamline back-end operations. You know that you're spending way too much time handling those disputes. You know that you want to make sure that you stop posting. You know you're spending an hour a day just fucking posting. You don't need that, you know? So I make sure I bring up their stress points. I make sure I bring up, like, you already know that it's costing you too much money to make sure you hop on a call with every single person. You already know that you need to hire a sales guy. Whatever it might be, is kind of what I talk about here. I never read off the presentation because that seems like I don't know what I'm talking about. Oops. Bro, this is what we're gonna do for you. We are the best in running ads. We are the best in managing your goal high level. Let me tell you already, guys. We're the best at X, Y, and Z. I kind of rushed through this one over here. Next one over here. Listen, this is what we're gonna do for you. I change this before prior to every call. Now listen, client Matt, listen, this is what we're gonna do for my man. It's gonna be super, super simple. We need 4 funnels over here. First funnels over here is really just to grow your community, to make sure we get those reoccurring buyers, so that if they don't have enough money today, that we keep on nurturing them because of our community, so that tomorrow, a month down the line, 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, who cares? They're eventually gonna buy from us. That's your community funnel. What you also going to need is you're going to need to make sure you run ads through your Facebook Messenger, because when you run ads through your Facebook Messenger, you're going to be saving yourself on costs, because Facebook is a fucking business, man. Business, bro. You're running your business yourself. Do you want people to leave your fucking website? Absolutely fucking not. It's a fucking business. They're going to want, Facebook's only going to help you out in terms of cost per result when you keep them on your fucking social media profile. That's why, Matt, we're going to make an AI funnel. Next one you're going to need to do is those people that don't initially convert off the very beginning, bro. What we're going to do is set you up with a retargeting funnel, bro. What we're going to do for you is I'm going to give you the exact script. You're going to write a quick 15-minute sales presentation, a quick 50-minute call, bro. And what you're going to do is you do X, Y, and Z in this webinar so that we can retarget everybody. And then finally, what we're going to need to do is you want to make sure we split test everything. So we're going to add one more funnel into there, guys. I'm going to charge you an extra $5 for that, by the way. And we're going to add one more funnel into there so we can split test and make sure that we're getting the best amount of conversions possible. Okay. You know, I'm not necessarily bullshitting, but I'm just sounding nice with them. I'm trying to sound confident with him. But like, yo, this is what we're going to do. Future pacing him. Because if you say, hey, I want to do this for you, let me tell you something that's not going to fucking work. Because in the very beginning of this mindset, you know, nothing's going to happen to you if you want something, but something will happen to you when you are going to get it. You know, when you talk with appreciation, with gratefulness, as if you already have it, let me tell you, you're going to get that shit. All right. So when I'm talking to the client with this, I'm talking confident. I'm talking nice. I'm talking clean. I'm talking good. All right. I'm having fun. You know, we're about to make $10,000. You better be having fucking fun. I don't know what else makes you more fun than this. All right. Let me tell you, fucking money makes me horny, baby. I'm having a great time with this client. Oh my God, that sounds weird, but I don't care. I'm going with it. So what I'm trying to say is that on this presentation of you guys, you really need to show that you're having fun. You really need to show that you're confident. On this presentation, you absolutely need to show that you enjoy your work, that you're passionate about this, and that you're providing extra value on this call that he never really even thought about, okay? This is what comes along to with that background knowledge with it, you know. Make sure you come into this meeting as whoever coming in from Capital Club over here, as Luke Belmar says, when you hop into a meeting with that guy, you better believe, you better know everything about that dude. You better know that he rides a yacht. You better know that he drives a $250,000 Lamborghini. You better know that he goes to the bar on Saturdays, whatever it might be. But look at his Instagram. That gives you all the resources you have. And you kind of play that back through the actual presentation. You know, the more friendly you are with these people, the more it comes off as just a regular conversation. The more they can trust you, the more money they spend on you. Next thing over here, guys. Now, this is something that we recently just incorporated that we're actually been starting actually this week over here. Usually what I had to do is I would plug shit into like an Excel, and I would be like, listen, this is what's costing you currently in expenses. This is what this product will get to you in this amount of time. This is what this product will get you in this amount of time. That's what this product will get you in this amount of time. Your goals are this. Here's X, Y, and Z in terms of, hey, X will get you there soon. This one will get you there even sooner. And this one will get you there the best amount of time. Okay. Some people, they immediately hop into the call and like, fucking Blade, I want the best thing you got. And that's when you always gotta have a top end product, right? Because those people that are your favorite clients that automatically just want the best thing ever. That might be 1 out of 10 clients, but who cares, all right? Because you're still gonna get a client that just wants the best shit, favorite type of clients. But then you're gonna get the other people. Usually more people want like the medium package. They don't want just the basic shit. They want the medium package. But so medium package is the one that you really want to sell. And then, so always have multiple different packages and always explain to them in this part what it's costing them not to have that package. So for example, as you can see over here, my profit calculator over here, for example, let me show you guys this because maybe you guys can build this out yourselves. I didn't build it out myself. I've hired a dev to build it out really quick. Lead customer support costs to say cost 20K, 20,000. Quarterly profits is making 50K. Q and growth is say it's a 5% growth rate. Dream profits once gets a 50K to 100K. I don't know if it's just you, but I get lost when I write the multiple amount of the same numbers. Current sales right now, let's say he's doing, I don't know, 20 sales, which will also kind of calculate the cost per product, but whatever. Okay. So over here, the next page, it will show him what we got over here. Current state, you're gonna get to that dream profit of $100,000 every single month in 4 years with the hybrid CRM. You're gonna get there in 1 year. AI ads, you can get there in 1 year. You're gonna have this amount of quarterly profits, X, blah, 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 whatever it might be. But it's just a great representation to show them. You should have this, what this is costing you, and how much money you're gonna make off of it, and how soon you're gonna make off of it. Ultimately, guys, those are the 3 things that they want to hear. Okay. Is how much they're gonna make, is how soon that they're gonna make it, and wait, how much are they gonna make, how soon are they make, what I miss, and how much is it gonna cost them. That's what they want to hear. Those 3 things. And the final thing I shoot them over is success stories. But guys, they already got most of my success stories already because there's a little piece of alpha for you guys, and I kind of try to leave off with this, I guess. Is a little piece of alpha is that, if you got a lot of you guys probably already have go high level, so you guys probably already know how to set this up. But what you could do in go high level is when they schedule up an appointment to the time where the actual call is, I always try to ensure that I send them over client success stories. I always try to ensure that I send them over what we could do for you, results, what you could be, future paced on, what your life would be like with Blade, the one and only Blade. So through that, I don't know, maybe even like a day or 2 time, they're gonna get like 3 or 4 text messages with video success stories, with Google My Business screenshots, with conversations I've had with previous clients where I made them a shit ton of money. You're gonna get all that. And it's gonna be like, yo, this is what we're planning to do for you. Here's a funnel mock-up. Here is, over here. Let me go back to this one over here. Here is how does it work through text really quick. So when they hop on here, they don't really have a lot of questions for me, easier to sell. But between the time of the actual scheduled appointment and the time you actually happen to call with them, you better believe that these guys are going to get text messages and emails on how exactly we work and success stories backing it up. So on the actual sales call, discovery call, whatever you guys want to call it, you don't have to answer any questions. Most of them already kind of, I want to make sure that when you hop in the call, all we're talking about is just money. We're chatting up in the very beginning, breaking down the barrier, making sure that they can really trust me that I am who I say I am. And then by the end of it, it's like, yo, just take my money by the time of it. But yeah, guys, that was a lot, guys. I hope that helped as well, too. Now, what I want to do as well, too, is I want to kind of take up this last kind of a 20, 30 minutes I got over here. And I want to see if you guys might have some you might want to talk about, some of you might be holding you back over here. How could I maybe bring up a scenario and I'll be like, yo, this is how you can make more money. What do you guys got for me over here? Any questions, comments, concerns? I just want to make you guys more successful. We got anything in here? Maybe in the chat over here, guys. I don't want to be here waiting forever for everybody, so I'll go out and eat dinner. I don't care. I'm hungry. Your boy hungry. Your boy hungry. Oh yeah. All right, so we got Polo over here, my man over here. Well, guys, I'm not hearing anything from you guys. You always know you can hop on my Discord. getting those first few testimonials. Yo, Blade, how the fuck did I get some testimonials? Okay, so when I first started, there's two ways of kind of answering this question. There's one where you literally don't have any client results at first, and the other one where you might have some client results, but you're having issues actually asking that client for testimonials. And because I'm amazing, I'll break it down for both of you. When I first started out my agency, matter of fact, when I was in college, I dropped out of college to pursue this marketing agency. But when I was first in college, of course, I had no testimonials. So what I would do is, so I really couldn't charge anybody, you know. So what I would do is I really did not like the idea of, hey, I'm gonna work for you for a freaking month. I'm a slave to get you these testimonials for an entire month. I'm gonna blow up your business, and I'm not gonna get paid for it. So I'm not crazy about free trials. So to be honest, what I really did that I found that really worked, that allowed me to drop out of college, allowed me to pay for college, rent, my chicks in college, what allowed me to do that was commission based. You know, because it's a very, very simple proposal. I first started with contractors. Hey, Ray, I'm gonna get you more jobs. In exchange of me getting you more jobs, all I want is 10 to 30% of those jobs. So if they get a roofing job that's 10K, you know, I'm getting cashed up. You know, if they got a painting job that's whatever K, whatever it is, I'm getting cashed up. And they're not going to say no to that unless they're stupid. Okay. The only problems that you really do have with that is really just trust, because you're gonna end up getting these jobs for these people, and you end up getting these jobs for these people, and you don't know if they're gonna pay you out. That's the hardest part. So when I was first doing that, and I had a bunch of contractors, you know, I made sure that I met with every single contractor. You know, a lot of the times I was at strip clubs, I'm not gonna lie, but still, I met with these contractors to see if I can figure out and I can trust them. You know, I'll have a drink with them, we go to the club with them. And one guy in particular that's kind of off the top of my mind is Ray. And I still am getting him jobs to this day. I got systems to get him jobs literally to this day. He's just continuously paying me out. But with Ray, for example, it was the type of contractor that was like, listen, you know, I'm very old school. Well, he's not old. He might be 30 years old, might be whatever. Fuck, I used a name too. I just thought about that. I can't use names. Fuck, Ray won't mind. What I'm trying to say is that when I was talking to this guy, when we first started this out, you know, I would have people like Henry where I would get him a job. They would never say that I got him a job, and they would expect me to get him more jobs, and he wouldn't pay me. Obviously, I'll just drop that person. The best way to really figure out who your friends are is to loan them money. All right, it really is, because if they don't give the money back to you, they're disappear from you forever. They won't talk to you, they avoid you forever. And it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Yeah, you lose a little money, but you figure out who this person's true intentions are. So all these people, I make sure I meet them. You know, and yeah, I might be throwing a couple of jobs at them, I might lose some money, but you really do get to figure out who your friends are. You know, and people like Ray that I still got to this day, you better believe that we're making a shit ton of money together. All right. But people like Henry, I drop those people. You know, don't really overthink that. So when I'm first starting out to get those first initial testimonials, I worked on commission, guys. I completely worked on commission 10, 30%. I made sure I had all the back end systems automated. You know, even matter of fact, I didn't even run Facebook ads for this client, Ray. For Ray, all I did is I opened up multiple different Google My Business accounts in different towns, all verify. I use what I call my AI media booster tool, which allows me to just buy a bunch of reviews on there. I made sure I post on them very actively with good SEO, like best contractor in Wilkes-Barre, PA, best roofer in Wilkes-Barre, PA. Pretty much what people are actually searching up, I would make sure I had that as SEO in my post, so my Google business will pop up to the top. But what I did is, you know, in my area, we live in like I said, Wilkes-Barre. I went to Wilkes University over here, but we got like Hazleton over here. We got Milford over here. We got Scranton over here. We got fucking all these different places around here that could have Google My Businesses everywhere. All right, so I kind of created this like amazing trifecta over here, this little empire, which is Google My Businesses. And of course, on top of that, a community, you know, a VA that can hustle into these other Facebook group communities, actually finding jobs as a person. Boom, guys, I was set. I was literally set just by doing that. And that allowed me to really just have a great time in freaking college, to be honest, right? Knowing that my money was completely taken care of because I had this contract on my back, that was amazing. Second portion. All right. Now that let's say that was for like, all right, I don't have any testimonials prior. How do I get some testimonials? By working off commission, because I don't really like free trials. Yeah, you can do that, but I need money, right? I don't know about you guys. I need money to live. So I worked on commission. Second thing is if you already have clients that you're just trying to get testimonial from them, my best way to get testimonials from past clients is to do like this. And I make it as easy as possible. Yeah, you got the classic, yeah, you SMS, you send them a text, you send them an email, you might do a voicemail drop, or whatever. That's what everybody does. But testimonials for me are worth it. Testimonials are so freaking worth it because every single testimonial I get, I'm probably getting another client. If I get a testimonial and I post it on my social media or I post it on my website, I am most likely going to get another client from that. All right. That's just how valuable testimonials and success stories, more importantly, video reviews are for me. And it kind of goes like this, video review, vid is the most important, highest quality over here. You got like a Google My Business review. You got a screenshot of a conversation, screenshots, and then you got like on websites where you put like quotes of something, they say something, and you may put like an image on them below, so they might have said that, but you can't really tell, to be honest. That's the lead. So this is the highest over here, the video, obviously. That's kind of the lowest over here. But so obviously, what do you want to do? You want to get the most amount of video testimonials as possible. Now, Blade, how did I do that? Yeah, SMS, email, and voicemail, but videos kind of take a little bit of work. People aren't so willing to put in that work to record a video. A lot of people are actually camera shy. So, for me, I pay for that shit. I don't know about your situation, but I pay for a fucking video. Most of the time, and it sounds kind of weird, I offer people like $50 for a success story. And most of the time, they're like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll do it. But I never end up actually giving them the money for some reason because people kind of feel bad for that. It's kind of weird. So you could say that, hey, I'll cash you up, but you don't always have to. You're not always going to have to. So what I always try to do is in the text message, email, voicemail drop, like, yo, I'll cash you up. I'll give you $50 for a video. I'll give you $20 for Google My Business. I'll give you, describe how your life changed through text really quick. I give you like $5-10 for that. This I don't really. You can kind of get those really free, easy for that. But videos are most important over here. So obviously, in addition to SMS, email, voicemail, the entire point of this is really just to make it as easy as possible. So what I try to make sure is that for a video, people, most first questions are like, yo, how do I send a video to you? How do you get it? I just do a Dropbox or a Google Drive. I used to do Dropbox, now I do Google Drive. I moved everything to Google Drive. So I just open up Google Drive link over here. One folder is going to be like drop them over here, other photos over here. When I take them out and I'm done with them, I kind of take them to my editor and I do my other things with them to there. But I just give them a Google Drive link. And now one thing that's fucking alpha that works, boys and girls over here. One thing that's fucking alpha over here that absolutely works is snail mail. Now, it does depend on what type of position you have. So like, do you have their address? But if you're running their Go High Level account, most likely you have their address. But this is a very underrated thing that just is fucking alpha that will get you testimonials, will get you success stories. So what you do is you do a snail mail, boom, 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 an envelope. But on the address, you write the address and stuff, whatever. But on the actual addressing portion over here, where you say their address, this part over here, you have to manually write out. The reason being is this is typed out, it just looks like spam. I learned this from a realtor that your conversion rates in terms of snail mail will drastically fucking increase if you handwrite the address over there. Right? So step one, fucking handwrite the address. Don't be lazy with it. It's very important. Step two is in this is have a piece of paper. Very simple. You don't have many sentences on it. Make it very easy to read. People don't like fucking reading. Have a QR code in the bottom. So everybody has a smartphone. That QR code will go directly to like a link tree. Or you can take it directly to your Google Drive, whatever you want to do. And on here, you send them over to your G Drive for them to drop the video right there. Or you send them over to your Google My Business. Which is why I was kind of suggesting use a link tree so you can have multiple links in there. But obviously you can kind of just build out a funnel with multiple links as well too, but whatever. And on here, you should be saying, hey, I want to cash you up. I want to make you money. That's it. That's what attracts people's attention. I don't know about you guys, That shit attracts me with my attention. If you're telling me I want to make you money, I'm going to read that shit. So on the very top, like, yo, I want to make you money. I'm offering 50 bucks for a video. I'm offering this for this. And for referral, yo, listen, if you give me a referral in terms of another client that I can do business with, I'll give you $100 to $500, whatever. I don't know how high ticket, whatever your prices are. Obviously, do the math for yourself. But mine is usually anywhere between $100 to $500. Okay, I literally had to pay that out 2 days ago too, because it works. All right, but you're writing all this stuff down here. The link tree, you might have a link, an affiliate link for them. Here's how to make your own affiliate link. Just sign up for that really quick and shout out to your friends. And what I also do on this too, you can do this. It doesn't really drastically improve referral rates, but I like to do it. But under there is I also include on the link tree, yo, you want to learn how to get more referrals? How to get more referrals? Watch this video over here. And I would end up doing is I give them a video saying, hey, this is how you can bring me more business. Make a post on your Facebook with this success story over here, saying that I made some tremendous results and to tag me on it. Just literally like that. You tell them, hey, make a post on your Instagram and tag me on it, make another review, and that's gonna bring me more clients. So I kind of just try to incentivize them with money and show them a way on how to bring us more clients through family and friends. And by posting on social media for us. Boom, just like that is literally how I get more testimonials and more success stories. So once again, snail mail. Oh, one other thing, last thing, guys, with this. Now, this is gonna boost conversions. So this over here, writing the address right there, might have boost conversions, I don't know, maybe 20, 30% for them to actually open the email, or actually open up that snail mail. But to actually make sure that they get, this boosts this shit like literally 60%. So in terms of, if previously you're writing this, you get 3 out of 10 people to give you a success story, this is gonna boost this shit up to like 5 out of 10 people. All right, maybe even 7 out of 10 people. I'm telling you, this shit works. It costs more, but it works. Is if you put an actual freaking dollar bill in the envelope. Let me tell you what this does psychologically. But putting an extra dollar bill in that snail mail, it's to tell them that, hey, you fucking mean business. That, hey, you don't got time to mess around. I'm spending my actual money on you to be able to give me testimonial. Look, if I'm willing to give you $1 just for free, I'm willing to pay you $50, $500 if you give me a referral. And that's only going to motivate people to actually want to give you the success story. Plus, in addition to that, if you give them $1 on the front end, psychologically, it's to make them feel like they have to pay you back. Psychologically, it's to make them feel like I owe you something. And they're going to be more encouraged to want to make that success story, that video testimonial, Google My Business Review, whatever it is. It's another thing as well, too. When I first started out marketing for contractors, one thing that I would do, because ultimately, guys, I just wanted to make these guys as much money as possible so I can make as much money as possible, too. And I had ways of tracking that with call numbers and website links and different affiliate links and Bitly links and stuff like that. But what I would do is I would literally, to get my contractors more jobs, you know what I would do, guys, is I would grab a thing of pizza. All right, I'll grab a pizza box. There it is. This is not a pizza box, it's a meat box, well, who cares? I got a pizza box. And in the pizza box, so it's like this over here, I would stick out business cards on the pizza box, sticking up right here. Like 50 to 100 business cards, and inside the pizza box, another 50 to 100 business cards in there as well, too. And because I gave them that pizza or those donuts or whatever it is, I would go to local dumps. I'll go to mail rooms. I'll go to realtors' offices. I'll go to all these different places and I'll give them free shit. Food usually is the best motivator. You know, candy, a box of chocolates, donuts, pizza, coffee. You know, you guys can be creative with this. And I'll give them business cards. But because I gave them something for free in the very beginning in terms of something sweet, chocolate, candy, $1. Because I did that, it's not like you can fucking put chocolate in messages. I mean, yeah, you can. But the best motivator is kind of $1. But what I'm trying to say is that because you put the free stuff in the beginning, it's a great motivator, and psychologically, they're going to feel more obligated to have to do that thing that you asked them to do. So in turn, when I was dealing with my contractors, and I give this guy at the dump a pizza box with business cards around him, this guy felt more morally inclined to want to hand out business cards to more people, and thus it would bring me a significant amount of more clients. You know, I would end up getting calls, be like, yo, Sean from the dump literally came my way because I was doing X, Y, and Z. And he noticed I was throwing out a couple of paint buckets, and he gave me the card because he noticed I was throwing out a couple of paint buckets, because that guy needed some painting. So they feel more obligated to be able to refer you out. Boom, knowledge drop the mic right there. Boom, done. All right, next one we got here. All right, do you do cold email lead gen? Beautiful. So yes, I do. I do cold email lead gen. I'm glad you actually brought this up because there's a few secrets that we should share really quick, just to give you guys a couple of alpha. All right, secrets about cold email, guys. Let me show you guys. My strategy, guys, is always just to give you everything. Because the more money I make you guys, eventually the more money you're gonna end up paying me. So I'm just gonna fucking give you all my secrets over here. Cold email, Blade. How the fuck do I do cold email? So obviously, yeah, you can do 2 different ways. You can do very targeted emails, or you can do more so of a blast. Fuck. What I mean by targeted email is, going to LinkedIn and then finding people that are making that 50K plus, and then using those, kind of scraping out all their business owners' emails and then putting that into an email campaign. That's more targeted route. Other one is just a blast where you can use something like D7 Lead Finder, whatever. You can use D7 Lead Finder, quickly get 10,000, 50,000 emails and start blasting those people out. So it's kind of 2 ways of doing it. They both work. Personally, I do like this one better. But if you don't initially have that capital to be able to hire those appointments that will hire those data scrapers to scrape all this shit out, it's annoying to do. A typical data scraper can scrape around 100 to 200 leads a single day. So what I'm trying to say is that at scale, it's going to cost a lot more and take a little more time. Whereas D7 lead finder, you can just send them all out. But once again, in order to send it all out, you're going to have multiple domains. And Blake, what do I mean by this? Is that with emails, is that yeah, you're gonna Gmail, Hotmail, whatever the fuck it is, you're gonna run into these filtrations in terms of, if you start blasting out a whole bunch of emails, they're gonna bring you to spam. And that's the last thing you want to do. Is the more you go into spam, the less money you're gonna make. So in terms of emails, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. First things first is you want to warm up those. Well, first things first, you want to buy a bunch of emails. Okay, buy a bunch of emails. Fuck it. Start out with the five emails. With the understanding that within the first 1 or 2 months, each email is really only going to be able to send out 50 to 100 emails out per day per email. So if you have 5 emails, let's say you're sending out 50 per email, let's make it easier. Right? So you have 4 emails, all right, and you're sending out 50 emails a day to 4 emails. You're looking at about 200 emails that you're sending out. All right. I did drop out of college, so I'm making numbers easy for me. All right. Beautiful. So what I'm trying to say is that you really need to start buying a bunch of emails in bulk, So and the way you're gonna buy the emails is, for example, my business is Funnel Hacker Lab. So it's not like you can really buy 1,000 different Funnel Hacker Lab domains. So what I do is I buy join funnelhackerlabs.com. I buy start funnelhackerlab.com. Begin, get started, trial, try out, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you can think about a whole bunch of ones. And then we can be like Funnel Hacker Lab with an S or without an S. So that kind of just doubles it. There's other ways you can kind of get creative with and how to get more emails. That's not the point. So what I'm trying to say is, first, you got to buy multiple emails. Second thing is that once you buy those multiple emails, I usually just hook them up. I go to Google Workspace, the admin console, and I just hook them up into Gmail. So I buy them off of GoDaddy and bulk, and I move them over to kind of Gmail by using the Google Workspace over there. I think it's like $6 per email per month. And then off GoDaddy, you're looking at like 10, 15, sometimes even $20 per domain. Ooh, so regardless, it's going to require some sort of investment. Now, the tips to make sure that you don't reach in spam folder is that, so you're going to want to use, first, you're going to want to make sure you warm up the email. And Blaine, what does warm up really mean? Is whereas you turn this email into an email that makes you look legit, like you're actually fucking using it, not just using it to blast out to 100 people. So you can use softwares like Smart Lead. I'm sure a lot of people recommend Instantly as well. There's the difference. My main 2 differences between Smartly and Instantly is, let's say you have you have a massive fucking email list, the rates are better on Smart Lead. But let's say you're linking it up and go high level in terms of you, if anybody clicks on those emails, you want that lead to immediately go high level for you to add on to some sort of manual call campaign or whatever it might be. Then I would use Instantly because that has an API capability, or it just directly connects to Zapier to make that switch really easy, or that transition of the lead into Instantly and to go high level very easily. So I'm trying to say Smart Lead and Instantly are the two main players with it. You know, cost wise, Smart Lead is cheaper, capabilities, Instantly is a little better. All right, so you want to use that to make sure it warms up for around what we'll call 2 weeks, actually. So you want to make sure you warm up your emails for 2 weeks. So you got these 4 domains over here, 40 domains, 400 domains. Regardless of what it is, you're gonna have to warm up for 2 weeks at least. And what that really means is that Smart Leads uses AI just to send emails back and forth to be able to kind of warm it up, to prove to Gmail and to the other email service providers that your email is a legit email. So once you kind of have those emails, once you kind of warm up for 2 weeks, sending around 40 to 50 emails back and forth to each one of them, back and forth. Next thing you want to do is you actually want to start typing up the content now. Beautiful, simple. Now, when I do the content for my email, what I really want to do is there's a couple things. First, no links. That's the quickest way to get put into spam and just get your domain disabled. You know, it's the most annoying things. You spend all this time and money, you want to fucking just make this domain disabled. You actually want to use this shit, you know? So don't use links in the first couple of emails. Unless you have a kind of conversation going back and forth, then you can start to use links. Next thing you want to use is subject line. Blade, how the fuck am I doing my subject line? Guys, easiest thing, quick question. Now, I've learned this little hack maybe around 2 or 3 years ago. I just went to one of the Capital Club's events, and this guy sending out 100,000 emails a day said the exact same fucking thing. So I was like, yep, that's right. Subject line, quick question. It's the best open rates out of all of them, okay? Then again, again, I'm saying, he must say okay, it's my thing. All right, quick question is the subject line, all right, subject. Boom. And the actual copy, and besides not using any links, the way I write my copy is I start off with a compliment. And I write this compliment, you know, with a couple of, like, for example, like Smart Lead or Instantly, whatever, you can use custom values. So you can make a compliment more so, call it? You can make it more so personalized. The more personalized you're able to think that compliment through, the greater your response rate's gonna be. Because ultimately, the more personalized you can make the email, the better the response is gonna be. So I usually lead off the compliment. Hey, your social media is fucking fire. I believe that your sales will double if you run an AI messenger ads. Your content is just that good. Okay. It's literally just that. All right. It's literally just that. Want me to send you a video? I want to hop on a quick call. So it starts with a compliment and then offer. Now, my cold email does not go longer than 4 sentences. If it goes longer than 4 sentences, you're probably doing something wrong, or if you can't sum up your offer in under a sentence, you don't really know your offer well enough. So if you can't write this email in under 4 sentences, you shouldn't be writing it in the first place. You should really kind of just understand your offer a little bit better, okay, and understand your niche a little bit better. All right, that's not any disrespect or hate, whatever you guys want to call it, but it's literally just straight up. All right, understand your offer. So mine is usually like, hey, I love your content so much. Hey, I love your content hey, I love the value and inspiration you put into your credit repair content. Your info about business funding is phenomenal and inspiring. I bet you it would perform phenomenally. Matter of fact, I bet you it would double your sales if you run into an AI messenger ad. You know, so that was maybe like 2 or 3 sentences right there. Like I said, don't really want to go over 4. Millionaires don't really have the time to read emails. And if they do, it's very selective email reading in terms of, hey, I'm marking these as spam, and these are the things that are making me money. So I'll pay attention to this. And these things that if these things that are making me money are not in a quick fashion for me to read, I'm not going to read it because it's taking me money to read it because it takes me time to read it. So get straight to the freaking point. All right. Subject line, quick question, lead with a compliment that's as personalized as you can fucking get. Offer. All this is gonna be sub 4 sentences. And then at the very end, I do like to your success, or God bless, delayed, blah, blah, funnel hacker lab. And at the very end, a little secret over here that I don't think they even mentioned at the Capcom meeting, but I actually love this. And I said, sent from iPhone. Sent from iPhone on the very bottom of the email. Now, Blade, why do I do this? Let me explain it to you. The reason why I do send from iPhone is because it quite literally looks like it's sent from an iPhone. It looks like you did not go on your computer, type in custom values, type in some sort of general compliment for everybody to mass broadcast this out to 5,000 different people. If you write sent from iPhone on the very bottom, it will make it come off as though you manually write each one of these emails with these highly personalized these highly personalized compliments, and I'm manually sending these out to people that I like. So it comes off as a lot more personalized and doesn't come off as spammy. So I highly recommend trying to send from iPhone right there. All right. So I'm pretty sure it's my gems over there in terms of cold emails. Have multiple domains, use Smart Leader instantly. You can use D7 Lead Finder, or you can use LinkedIn to scrape the emails. Make sure you have no links, subject line, quick question, under 4 sentences, leave with a personalized compliment, then have an offer under 4 sentences, then have sent from the iPhone, and then the final, a couple more things too. And the following thing, the offer is you'd be like, yo, I can either send you a quick vid, or let's hop on a call. Are you available tomorrow morning for a quick call? Is usually what I do. And then I make sure I try to follow up on there. Then what I always try to do is these emails over here, I try to have at least a 3 to 4 email campaign. In terms of, I only send out these leads 3 to 4 emails, because if by the 4th email, they don't respond, not interested on it, they're probably not really interested in the offers. There's really no point keep on spamming them. So I take that after the 4th email, which is why instantly is pretty good. I mean, smartly you can set it up as well too. But after that 4th email, if they don't respond within a month of that, I move over to what I call a stale lead campaign. And then the stale lead campaign is just me kind of just saving me money. You know, I make sure I don't really send them emails, and I take these people and I follow up with these people maybe 3, 4 months down the line, or when I have a new offer I want to try out. Because for some reason, I mean, they might not be interested right now, but they might be interested in running some ads 4 months down the line. So I don't want to just completely cancel them out. I'm going to wait maybe 3 or 4 months, or maybe wait till I got another offer, see they're interested in the next offer. So I try to make sure I add them to like what I call a stale lead campaign to do so. Pretty sure that's all my alpha I got for my emails. It's kind of simple, guys. Try to keep it as simple as freaking possible. All right, try to make it as personalized as possible. Cool. Also, it's really cool treat. You win just by association. That's right, guys. That's right. You win by association. So what's also really cool about that is, all right, one example over here is. One example, winning by association is I was doing these message blasts. Actually, no, even better fucking example, amazing example. Okay. So I was doing these message blasts for one of my buddies who's a credit report company, and I was first testing out these email campaigns out to get more mortgage broker referrals. In terms of, I'll do the same exact thing, but as if I was a credit report company reaching out to mortgage brokers, so that the mortgage brokers, if they have any people that have shitty credit that can get approved for a mortgage, those people will then send it over to the credit report company to fix the credit, and then the credit report company will then send it over to the mortgage broker, kind of form this mutually beneficial relationship. But what's pretty cool was that we send out these emails to I don't know, 5,000 mortgage brokers, trying to find out who really clicks, so that we can just call these people up and form these business relationships. Was that we're sending out these emails, and my buddy sent this email out, and the secretary replied to them. Now, somehow, I don't know, the guy, let's just call him Ty for lack of names. And so Ty found Facebook profile. Ty found the Facebook profile of the business and found the secretary of the business. It was a local business to them. It was a real estate agent. And he shows up to the real estate's office. He starts chatting up with the secretary and scores and gets the secretary out on a date. You know, completely, entirely misses the entire point of actually going to the real estate office. Doesn't talk to the real estate guy at all. Not at all. Just talks to the secretary. All right. And gets her Instagram, gets her number, takes her out on a couple of dates. And that secretary then goes up to the boss, is like, by the way, you know that person I've been going out dates with that's been showing up every now and then taking me out on the end of the date. You know, that guy does credit repair. And he's like, no way. And guess what? Because now that my boy Ty made a move from the cute hot chick that was on the front desk that he kind of stalked because he saw the email, went to the Facebook profile of the secretary, saw that she's kind of hot, went over there to the real estate agent's place and started chatting up with the secretary. You know, now that realtor is sending around anywhere between 2 to 4 other credit repair clients every single month. An average credit per client is around $1,500. Just 2 of them, that's $3K. Because he took that chick out on a date, he's now making an extra 3 to 6K every single month by association. So I don't know, it's just a funny story, but it just comes down to like, yo, don't just send in a resume. Don't just do that, you know? And don't chase clients too. Pick the clients that you want to work with and attract them over to you. You know, in terms of, one of my favorite ways of really getting clients is, I follow all these people in terms of everything else I did, but I follow all these people and they follow me back. And then I post specific stories on my Instagram on the solutions to the problems to the people that just followed me. And when I post those solutions, I'm attracting those people. They come up to me and they slide up my DMs, and then I sell them on that solution. So it's just a cool way that by association, by who you know, you can make a lot of money off of that. But yeah, guys, I hope that helps right there. Anybody else need some more advice, guys? Now that I'm preaching over here, I want to help everybody out, guys. My goal this year, guys, what we're gonna do is we're making 10 millionaires, guys. We're making 10 millionaires this fucking year, guys, and we already made one of them, guys. We already made one of them. Ooh, baby. Let's go. Who wants to be the next one? Also really good treat. Preach, baby, preach. Always, always. Guys, I want you all to win. Do not hesitate to reach out with me. Do not hesitate to reach in my Discord, guys. I love creating threads, even though it does take some time to make me these threads. But I absolutely love helping you guys out. And I love seeing those wins in the Discord. I love seeing you all win, guys. And if you guys have not joined the Discord just yet, let me put it on here right now to make sure you guys join that already right now. Join the Discord, guys, right now, right now. It's in the chat right now, right now. I'll be the number 2. James, that's my man. Let's go, James, baby. Woo! James, let's get it. Those starts help us out more than you know. I appreciate it, my man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, guys. I appreciate everybody just fucking winning on the grind. I appreciate having this amazing community of all these freaking just alphas over here, just wanting to win. All right. I love being surrounded with people that want to win. Really, guys, you are the 3 or 4 people. You're the average of the 3 or 4 people that you spend the most time with. So if you're spending your time with winners, everybody in this Discord over here, guys, if you're spending more time on Capital Club, you're spending more time on the Project Alpha Discord, if you're spending time with fucking alphas, you're gonna become an alpha too. That's why it's called the Project Alpha for a reason, guys, because it's a project to become the best version of yourself. So let's get it, guys. Let's fucking get it, guys. We're gonna conquer, guys. You guys are gonna get everything that you want in this world. This is a new year prosperity and abundance. So let's claim it, guys. Let's make this our fucking year, guys. And for that, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Peace.